DK Audio present The Complete Idiot's Guide to Philosophy by J. Stevenson, read by Sally Scott. Introduction. To me, philosophy is not only the most interesting field to think about, it is also something that's great to think with. Once you've got a good philosophical concept in your head, you can start to see ways of using it all over the place, and you begin to see how it ties in with other concepts with which you're already familiar. Learning philosophy, in other words, is something like installing new software in your brain. This software can give you new ways of thinking, whole new ideas about what thinking is, as well as new things to think about. But all software, like any other technology, changes and develops over time. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Philosophy, 3rd edition, outlines the most famous developments right up to the present, the ones most people interested in philosophy find most intriguing and important. Part 1, The Nuts and Bolts of Philosophy, gives you a general sense of what philosophy is, breaking the subject down into 3 main areas: being, knowing, and acting. Part 2, Ancient and Medieval Philosophy, describes the origins of philosophy in ancient Greece and outlines its development in the thinking of the pre-Socratics, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, the Hellenistic philosophers, and the Christian philosophers of Europe during the ancient and medieval periods. Part 3, Eastern Philosophy, explains the major aspects of Eastern philosophy, from China, Confucius, and Taoism, from India, Hinduism and Buddhism, and from the Middle East, the monotheistic religious philosophies of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Part 4, Making Progress, covers the major developments in Western philosophy from the Renaissance to the 19th century, including rationalism, empiricism, the Enlightenment, idealism, utilitarianism, and Marxism. Part 5, Modern Philosophy, explores the period known as modern philosophy, including the rise of modern psychology, sociology, anthropology, pragmatism, analytic philosophy, critical theory phenomenology, existentialism, and structuralism. Part 6, Knowledge Now, looks at what's going on in philosophy now, including post-structuralism, postmodernism, feminism, New Age philosophy, and systems theory. Trademarks. Alpha Books and Penguin Group, USA, Inc. cannot attest to the accuracy of this information. Use of a term in this book should not be regarded as affecting the validity of any trademark or service mark. Part 1. The Nuts and Bolts of Philosophy. Because you picked up this book, you must be at least a little curious about philosophy. Learning some philosophy can help you deal with life's difficulties by taking you away from them for a while, and by leading you back into them with new ideas about what it's all about. Philosophy doesn't have to be hard to understand. It does help if you have some basic questions and ideas in mind as you look into a new philosophy. How do the new ideas compare with the ones you already think about? What problems do the new ideas have that the old ones don't? What problems do the new thinking manage to avoid? The first part of this book thinks about philosophy in terms of 3 basic issues: being, knowing, and acting. Philosophy continually asks questions about these issues. What exists? Is existence organized? What counts as knowledge? How do we know things? How should we act? Do we act according to a human nature? Keeping these questions in mind makes it easier to make sense of particular philosophical ideas and of philosophy in general. Chapter 1. The Big Picture. In this chapter, why philosophers philosophize, what philosophy is, why there are so many isms, what the main branches of philosophy are and how they relate to one another. Philosophers.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?